sky. And what it is basically what he says, your world is very small in Hong Kong, but here in America you have a huge sky and huge opportunities. And a lot of us, that is where we are right now. We are in the struggle, and what we can't see beyond what we're going through. We can't see beyond our personal struggles. We can't see beyond our self-interest. We are so stressed out that we make ourselves unavailable to be a blessing to others. And since we have stress, we conclude that we can't bless others. And as a result, our lives become desolate. As a result, our lives become barren. As a result, we become marooned. We become marooned or whatever. I think that is marooned on a desert island, a deserted island, because we have built this island. We have isolated ourselves because we cannot get out of ourselves. We are so into ourselves, and that is why we are so barren. That is why our lives are so desolate, and that is why our lives are so miserable, because we can't see beyond our own struggles and our own issues, and we can't bless anybody else, and we can't help anybody else because of what we are going through. We have become myopic. We have become nearsighted. We have made our worlds too small. Talking to somebody in here today. You're desolate in a world too small. Little sky with little opportunities. Stressed out, making ourselves unavailable to be a blessing to others. And many of us in the American church have preached and believed and have proclaimed and have received capitalism rather than Christ crucified. We preach the gospel of capitalism rather than the gospel of Christ crucified. We preach the gospel of greed, a greed that sickens us in our pursuit of wealth and excess. Next slide here. Here in Timothy, the 6th chapter, verses 9 and 10, listen what he says. He says, those who want to become rich bring temptation to themselves and are caught in a trap. They want many foolish and harmful things that ruin and destroy people. Verse 10, the love of money causes all kinds of evil. Some people have even left the faith because they wanted to get more money, but they have caused themselves much sorrow. We don't understand that in our American church, unfortunately, many preachers and believers, our ears are itching for the gospel of greed that sickens us in our pursuit of wealth and excess. God has nothing against wealth, has nothing against having these things, but when they get to a point where we diminish other things and diminish people and destroy relationships as a result, it is something that God recognized it is evil, because the deceitfulness of riches or the devotion to wealth tempts the believer to fall away from the faith. Because the pursuit of money and riches are more important than practicing mercy and righteousness. Caught in a trap because we have many foolish and harmful things that ruin and destroy people, the relationships, and even our relationship with God. The child of God, unfortunately, has sown into the lie that more is always better and that money can buy happiness. That is the mantra of America. That more, the bigger and the happier you will be. The more you have, the bigger you have, the happier you'll be. That's why we have these mega mansions. That's why that we get into these mega mansions that many folk couldn't afford, more house than they needed, because we thought that more was better. We thought that the more money we had, the more happier we become, at the expense of loving and serving our God and our Creator. We grow rich and forget God. And this is why the proverb writer asked the Lord to give him just enough.